La la la. Okay, everybody. It's been fun, but I think I need to get off the tobacco and marijuana. I think tobacco and marijuana are great for meditation, contemplation, for art, for creation. Past few years, I've been writing stories, and marijuana increases your estrogen, so it's a tool in my story writing because it allows me to put more emotion onto the page. It has the effect of also lowering your testosterone, um, but that doesn't affect my writing. Um, so um, but I'm also having memory problems on my phone. So I don't make any money to even buy a new phone. Um, but it's been fun. I started doing all this stuff because when I read all this stuff, it's like I see things people don't see, and but I don't see everything. So it's like I want to point out to people what I see and see what you guys think, So if you guys start commenting, then I'll jump on back in. Um, but yeah, I want to see what you guys think. See if you guys have any insight. Um, so, but like it's like I was learning about this. What is her? Nasaba, and it was saying that that Nasaba had, I think, her home in Nippur, right? So this is a Sumerian god. The Sumerians were in southern Iraq, and each city had their own god, but this was a pantheon, so it was all the same, religion. And Nasaba had her home in like Nippur, I think. But there was this one king of a different city who had a different god as their main god. But he claimed to be the high priest of Nasaba, right? And so these experts, these serious scholars, they read this and they're like, well, maybe Nasaba had some worship going on in this city, la, 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 la. But that's not what was happening. Um, Mesopotamia and Sumeria was a land of scribes. No, not where not everyone was a scribe, but you had a section of society of scribes, and these scribes really prided themselves on the craft, the science, and the art of scribing, of writing. And no, it was very strange because one thing I just heard this morning was that the Mesopotamians or Sumerians didn't like braggarts, right? But these scribes were like real braggarts about themselves. But you could say that their braggery was esoteric, so not everybody saw it. But a scribe would see it. And there's the Mesopotamian competition to be the best scribe in the land, right? This is it's the exact, I'm not going to say similar or like, it's the exact same thing as modern day rappers who are like, they say that they're the best rappers out there. It's like, my rap's awesome, your rap sucks. It's the same thing. It's like, I'm the best scribe out there. And so in the Sumerian world, if you call yourself the high priest of Nisaba, right, that's the exact same thing as a rapper, right? He's saying that he's the best scribe in he's the best writer in Sumeria. That's what he's saying. So these experts and scholars are being misled because the Sumerians will speak with a double tongue. Um, and the scholars obviously don't understand the double tongue. And I don't understand all of it. I understand some of it. I understand this guy. There was a Canaanite king who said that Hermes Trismegistus was his top advisor. That's a joke. Um, this man read Hermes. He never met Hermes in person. But through the reading, right? It's like my main work has been writing stories for the past few years. Um, but I'll pick up these esoteric texts every now and then and have a lot of fun with them. Um, but it's like I have fun with them because it's like if you writing is like time traveling. Like think about carving a statue, right? You could carve a statue out of stone, and this stone be preserved, right? Or the material you use, whatever material that is, can be non-perishable material. And this statue that you carve right now could still be around a million years from now. And art can have an impact, an emotional and or mental impact on us. And so this is very strange because it's time travel, right? Your sculpture that it could be tiny, it could be big, but your sculpture can have a real life impact on the world in the future. Um, and so it's like time traveling, but it's also getting to know someone, right? And in our day, there's no subtlety in writing, um, except in, well, yeah, no, not really. Anyways, there's no, this double-tongued way um, in Sumeria, and it wasn't, I mean, because if somebody hears the phrase double tongue, they might, freak out. But this wasn't a malicious double tongue. Anyone could become a scribe, and anyone could understand the language if they choose. This isn't a hierarchy. Now, at times, you could say it might turn into a secret society, and so, of course, have that discussion. Um, but it's when I just read the exploits of Ninurta, and the author uh, was um, childlike almost. Uh, he had this childlike mischievousness to him, and I wouldn't call him malicious at all. Um, because you have to ask the real question about what can you do for someone who is just stubbornly tragic. Um, I mean, you can't save people, and this messianic attitude can uh, lead one into misery. And so, if someone's going to be stubbornly stupid, then you don't necessarily need to treat them with respect, right? And so I don't see any maliciousness behind this author's depiction of Ninurta, right? Because Ninurta is the golden rube, and I think it's a very funny story. Enlil in this story is hilarious. He's I mean, the character that I compare him to would be Sanford from Sanford and Son. You know, um, and so but it's a lot of the humor is kind of childlike. It's you can't you have to be lighthearted. Uh, but when people come into the story, they see, oh, this is a story of the gods. It's must be serious. I have to put on my serious mind, and they just don't get it. Um, so it's fun to pick up some of these books every now and then and just get to know someone. It's like I had a question in my mind for a long time. Who is Hermes Trismegistus? And he seems to be this same type of character, the same type of character that wrote this Ninurta story. He seems to be very childlike. Um, I mean, you think about someone like the Stoics. You have this Stoic morality, right? But this is a completely different type of way. I mean, it's morality, but it's just like uh, it's just like you got to pity the fool, kind of. Like you got to really, if you hear that line, "Pity the fool," um, you might take that line in and laugh and chuckle. But if you really took that line in and made it a part of yourself, because I mean, a lot of times we see the fool and we we get hurt, right? Because Ninurta's a dangerous character. A fool can be a very dangerous character. Um, but at the same time, it's like, is Ninurta malicious? That's a big question. But one thing he is definitely is stubborn. There's this stubbornness there. And it's like, what do you do with this, stubborn ignorance? So yeah, no, I like picking up these esoteric books every now and then and looking into them, but I don't see everything. Um, and so yeah, no, I was thinking, yeah, what do you think about what I have to see? And do you see other stuff? If you do, tell me. This like for me, this is a way to more quickly unlock these books for my own self, right? Um, I'm looking for that conversation. Do 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 do. But yeah, no, I need to I don't know, get more active. Um, I mean, I'm really active right now with all my stuff, but I don't know. There's time and place for everything. But yeah, no, I definitely want to get that conversation in. So if you guys see anything, or if you see any mistakes that I made, uh, I'm looking to have that conversation. Num num. We'll end it with this. We'll end it with true salvation. When God sees the world, he sees a swirling of cloud, different forces twisting about. These twisting forces slamming into other twisting forces and transforming into each other. Constant transformation. That is what man is. Or those are the clouds God prefers to see. Not clouds that march in line, where every cloud is like every other cloud. A cloud with no swirling, what a horrifying sight. To swirl is to treat space as not there, and time as a joke. There is no time in the grace of transformation. It is the magic of the cloud we are speaking, and the tears fall when the cloud has lost its magic, when man is not free to swirl. The lightning flashes and the thunder roars, A true city should have no lines, no zones of control, where men who hate the cloud enforce their fear of the swirl. When God sees the world, he sees a fire, an all-consuming heat that is constantly hungry. If fed just right, it provides warmth and security. If not kept under control, it could consume your soul. God is delighted when dead things burn, and horrified when the innocent burn. God wants to see a fire everyone gathers around. When God sees the world, he sees a plant. He is in awe as it struggles for life. And after much struggle there is the fruit, a time of intimacy for all our tongues, satisfaction in all our tummies. For God's sake, everyone, smoke your marijuana. Let go and swirl about. Treat space like it's not there and time is a joke. True salvation is in the smoke. Praise to Nasaba.